All right, hello folks, welcome back to third and final day of our second preseason tournament here for the McNeil Mavericks. Getting set to face the San Antonio Reagan Rattlers. Very well-stocked team. Basically 2 teams worth of players on their roster. And quite a bit of offensive power and pitching arm. So the Mavs will once again have their work cut out for them today. Beautiful day, nice and temperate, probably high 70s, low 80s, a little bit of wind blowing out to left field side. And our starting pitcher for the Mavs is going to be Wyatt Newman.
Yeah, the Reagan Rattlers, they've had a good tournament. pretty lopsided wins. Seems to be the theme for them this week, and they tend to. It appears as though you can't really take a breather in their batting order. They got pretty good swings, good physical kids.
And leading off for the Reagan Rattlers will be the shortstop, Ashton Beard. Lays down a nice bunt third base side, fielded by Lindsay at third. Umpire calls him safe. It was pretty close, bang bang there, but perhaps the tie goes to the runner.
That was one of those. It looked like he made that decision before the ball was caught. Pretty common with field umpires. They kind of have a thought in their head, and their mechanics start to pull the trigger on the safer out call before really finishing the play.
Leadoff bunt single for Beard brings up the right fielder, Caden Crofts. He squares around to bunt. Pulls back, snap throw from the catcher Kovar to first. And Beard is back in time.
That's what you want to see. You want to see the active throwing on the bunts, whether they bunt and miss, whether they pull back. Make it an almost automatic play.
Got back-to-back lefty hitters in the top of the order for the Rattlers. Third baseman Lindsay still up on the grass, anticipating bunt. Squares around, another bunt, popped up right in front of the pitcher. Newman's going to field it, throws to first. Gets the out successfully there.
That's all right. We'll take those outs. Good offensive club. It's if they're going to bunt, we'll take those outs where we can get them.
Beard moves up to second on the bunt, brings up first baseman Brennan Greer. Greer is senior, getting ready to continue his baseball career at St. Mary's University. Second team All-District last season.
That's in California, right? St. Mary's?
There's
or is that the one in San Antonio?
I think there's one in San Antonio.
Okay, yeah.
Could be the other one as well, but I would hazard a guess is probably the one in San Antonio.
Yeah. Right down the road from him. Your color guy didn't do the research. He should have.
Next pitch is swung on, lofted into center field. Simpson going back. Gets over his head and against the wall. Looks like it's going to roll underneath as Simpson puts his hands up, indicating ball has rolled underneath the fence.
Well, there it is. That's the first time that's happened to us. As we've discussed, this whole entire field is brand new, and when they put the fence in, there's about 2/3 of the fence in the outfield, there's a gap between the bottom of the fence and the grass that's big enough for a baseball to sneak through it. So we're going to need to solve that, figure out a way to block that so that doesn't happen.
Go to Home Depot, get about 100 bags of that Dillo dirt.
Dillo dirt or maybe some chicken wire.
Chicken wire and Dillo dirt.
It's pretty labor intensive.
Yeah, that's a lot of ground to cover.
Yeah.
So it's an RBI, ground rule double for the three-hitter Greer. He stands at second base, brings up the designated hitter Andrew Ermis. Swings, lofts a fly ball, center field. Simpson over a couple of steps to his left. Still going. Ball kind of carried a little bit. Makes the grab. Runner's going to tag up from second, and he'll be in easily at third.
Twice in a row, that ball's going to carry. It's getting up. If it gets it up, the higher it gets, further it's going to go.
Kind of carried the opposite direction. Now, as I say that, the flags have gone completely stationary out there, but it was actually kind of carrying opposite of the mild wind blowing towards left field. But in any case, now 2 outs, runner on third, brings up second baseman Aiden Coleman. And first pitch he sees hits him in the shoulder, so he'll head down for a 2-out hit by pitch. Runners first and third brings up the catcher, Caden Roy.
In Wyatt Newman's last start, he showed he threw a bunch of strikes, got a lot of contact outs. So far, same story. I think that first one on another day is probably an out. I think we didn't read the strength of the wind on that one perfectly. But you know, if he can keep doing that, trust the stuff, let him get the ball in the air, make the plays, limit some damage here.
Yeah, Newman kind of does it all. Catches. Played first base yesterday, plays third base. A lot of pitching.
I'm gonna have to go back.
Fly ball deep, kind of left, or deep left center field, but a few steps right before the fence. And center fielder Ramsey Simpson brings it in.
Busy inning in center field.
Yes, indeed. So 1 run comes across. Rattlers leave 2 stranded. We head to the bottom of the first. Mavs coming up for their first at bat. We'll be right back.
For your McNeil Mavericks, the center fielder, number 3, Ramsey Simpson.
Okay, top of the order for the Mavs. Ramsey Simpson, who was quite busy tracking down balls in center field to start the game. He leads it off.
Looking to stay hot. Had a good day yesterday. Hit a lot of balls deep in the outfield. I think about 5 of them.
And including one that went about 3/4 of the way off the fence over there at Westwood.
Yep. I hear he's only about 140, 145 pounds. He's got a lot of power in that frame.
Does. Quick bat, quick hands. Likes to hunt those inside pitches to the pull side, but he'll also, I think, in fact, one of the hits he had, I think he flared at Oppo yesterday.
Yeah, line drive. Inside out.
2-0 low pitch called for strike 1 there. So 2-1 the count to Simpson. So here's the next one. A lot of spin on it. Gets past the pitcher. Shortstop charging, comes in and makes a good throw to first base in time.
Good play on the move in.
Number 1, second base,
I've got this pitcher at about 6'5".
It is a tall lad.
It's not scientific, but
He is definitely tall.
no.
And second baseman Jack Goins will be the second batter to face him. So the first pitch fastball in there, called strike on the inside part. Next pitch swung on, fouled, out of play. That one's gonna get over the fence off the right field side.
Into the dolphin tank.
Oh, 2 pitch to Goins, misses a little bit outside and high. Next pitch swung on, chopped right into the glove of the third baseman, throws over to first in time, and Goins is retired for the second out.
Got the high hop.
Now batting for the Mavs, shortstop number 7, Joseph.
Two-way brings up shortstop Joseph Sandusky. Swings his first pitch, chops it foul, third base side. A 1 pitch. Big swing and a miss, strike 2.
Looks like he came inside twice there. See if he's trying to open up that. Yep, catcher setting up out.
Next pitch fouled off, back out of play. Starting pitcher for San Antonio Reagan Rattlers, Clayton Beckel on the mound, one of a number of seniors on this very large roster.
You almost ran out of paper.
Almost did. About 35, 36 people. Bounces the next one in, ball 1, or ball 2.
Beckel has found our hole on the mound as well. He's kicking dirt. It's almost like we do it on purpose. But we don't.
There's that porous landing area there in the front. 1-2. Comes inside, almost hits him. Rattlers off to a strong start. 7-2-1 so far in preseason play. Got 4 players committed to play college baseball in some form. As Sandusky grounds over into the 5-6 hole, but third baseman makes a good play, coming to his left, throws it over to first, and Sandusky is retired. Mavs go 1-2-3 here in the bottom of the first. Heading to the top of the second. Rattlers up by a score 1-0. We'll be right back. All right, leading off for the Rattlers here in the top of the second, center fielder Caleb Capuccio. First pitch to Capuccio, misses a little bit inside. Had his last name mistakenly written down as Cappuccino. I'm sure it's not the first time in his life that that's ever happened.
Honest mistake.
Goes to the breaking ball, misses a little bit outside, ball 2. 7, 8, 9 due up this inning for the Rattlers. Goes back to that breaking ball, same location, gets it called this time. Next pitch swung on, lofted into the gap in left center field. That's going to get down for a base hit, possibly more. Capuccio will go in standing up with a leadoff double.
At the plate for the Rattlers, third baseman number 7, Rylan Rangel.
Brings up the third baseman, 8-hitter Rylan Rangel.
So far, a lot of balls in the outfield. They're doing a good job of driving the ball. That one split the center fielder and left fielder perfectly. And they continue to push us back. We are ever so owing.
Rangel squares around a bunt, fielded by the pitcher Newman, throws over to first in time. I want to say that's the third or fourth bunt laid down by the Rattlers. Just an inning and a third.
Yep, we will continue to take it. It's you try to stay out of the big inning. A good way to do so is make your outs on bunt attempts.
Bunt moves the runner up from second to third. So Capuccio, the leadoff hitter, now in scoring position for the left fielder and number 9 hitter Jeter Battles. Takes the first pitch breaking ball that down to the dirt, but kept in front by the Mavericks catcher Xander Kovar. Next pitch swung on, lined, going to get down into left field for a RBI base hit.
Nice piece of hit, and he was aggressive. He was sniffing out that RBI. Took a nice swing.
Makes the score 2-0 in favor of the Rattlers. Brings us back to the top of the order. Ashton Beard. First pitch to Beard, swung on, is going to bounce. Oh, thought that was going to bounce right outside our door here in the press box, but just cleared the stands.
I think that trajectory would have, had it been a little bit over to the right, would have actually gone in our window. I kind of hope that happens before the season's over with. Get some action in here.
Then let's switch spots. I don't want to be the guy here in the target
Just
range.
get your glove hand out.
I don't know, I got quick hands. I don't know how quick they are anymore, though.
Yeah, that's self-preservation. You'll be quick. Runner at first, a little bit of movement, not going.
0-1 pitch to Beard. Another breaking ball, misses. Gets a little bit low. Next pitch swung on, another line drive into center field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Warner's going to take a big turn at second base, but he's going to hold up as the throw comes in and is cut off by the shortstop, Sandusky.
Well, pick your poison. They'd pushed our outfielders back there with their deep shots. And that one, I think if that ball was hit in the first inning, we probably catch it. But
yeah, those last two hits in succession there, both of them. Good shots to the outfield, don't get me wrong, but as pointed out, our outfielders are pretty much, except for right field, center field and left, are a few steps from the hypothetical warning track. And they're just dropping them right in front. So runners on first and second, one out. Another square around to bunt by the number 2 hitter, Caden Crofts, who bunted in his first at bat. So Rattlers definitely taking an opportunity here in these preseason tune-up games to work on their hitting fundamentals.
Yeah, even with one out, they're showing a willingness to do so. Now, yeah, I don't think that would have been a fake bunt. They didn't have runners moving, so let's see if they do it again. Didn't show it. Good idea there, Wyatt Newman with the inside move. That's sometimes not really, you don't really care all that much about the base runner. You're trying to see if that hitter show you it's bunt. Here he goes.
Does square around. Looks like he offered at it, but pulled back in the last second. I didn't see a called strike by the umpire. Does bunt, popped up. Going to stay fair, though, and just a few feet in front.
Where is the catcher? Where did he look?
And
Okay.
a little bit of confusion there on the defensive side for the Mavs, and it's going to be safe all around.
Yeah. One popped up right in front of the catcher. He looked almost straight up, so I think it just didn't cross his line of sight.
So second bunt attempt of the game successful this time for Crofts, as he is now runner at first. Bases loaded, one out. Brings up first baseman Brennan Greer, who doubled in his first at bat. Swings, ground ball, knocked down by the third baseman Lindsey. He's going to throw to second, gets the out there. Throws to first, not in time, gets away from the first baseman Gonzalez, and that's going to allow the runner to score from third. So the Mavs get a force out at second on the fielder's choice, but 2 runs come across.
Now batting the designated hitter, number 3, Andrew Ernest.
And now with the runner at first, 2 outs, brings up Andrew Ermis, who drives a ball into deep center field, gets over the head of center fielder Simpson, hits the wall, gets the ball in there. Runner from first goes to third, and Ermis is in with his second double of the day. Or sorry, that was Ermis flew out to center field in his first at bat. Doubles here.
They continue to find the barrel.
Second baseman, number 24, Aiden Coleman.
So runners on second and third, 2 outs, brings up number 5 hitter Aiden Coleman. Coleman reached on a hit by pitch in his first at bat. The first pitch called strike.
Coleman hit a home run in the last game. It was fun. It was kind of an interesting. You pull it right down the line, and there was some debate, pretty heated debate about whether it was fair or foul. He had a good attitude about it. He ran around, ran toward his guys in the dugout, and said that was 6 feet foul. Very honest young man. Honesty's the best policy.
You know, he'd just do it. He'd umpire call it fair.
Yeah.
I'm going to take my home run trot.
He's not authorized.
I ain't going to argue with him.
To change the call anyway.
Oh, and he gets underneath this one here. Deep drive into left center field. Simpson goes back, and again, a couple of steps before the warning track, makes the grab, and then hits his back against the fence.
Our brand new fence is getting tested a little bit.
That it is. So, Rattlers tack on 3 more this inning, go up by a score of 4-0. And Mavs hoping to strike back here, coming up to bat in the bottom of the second. We'll be right back. All right, catcher Xander Kovar will lead it off for the Mavs here in the bottom of the second. Kovar left the second game with an apparent thumb injury yesterday, but back in this one, so hopefully everything's okay. First pitch to Kovar misses low for ball one. Goes outside, misses there as well. Big Hack laces a ball foul. Probably going to roll all the way into the right field corner.
Looks like the pitcher's got some pretty good velocity. 2-0 count, a little late on that. Ahead in the count.
Far outside, looks like that might have been a slider or
cutter of some
maybe a cutter,
sorts.
yeah. 3 balls, 1 strike to count to Kovar. And misses again outside, ball 4. Leadoff walk for Kovar, starts at the bottom of the second. Brings up the pitcher, Wyatt Newman.
For the Mavs, number 16, pitcher Wyatt Newman.
And we're going to have a courtesy runner, as is customary for our catcher Kovar. Looks like number 8, Santiago De La Garza. Now the runner at first. De La Garza had himself a day yesterday, 4 for 5 between 2 games. A couple of good plays out in the left field.
Yep.
Looking eager over there as he comes into the game as the courtesy runner. The hitter Newman squares around to bunt, pulls back. It's like that, once again, trying to go to that slider, but keeps missing pretty far outside. Shows bunt again, pretty much same play. Going to that slider, trying to work it outside.
Yep. Just recent pattern of extension side, pulling the ball into the left-handed batter's box here. I don't know if these are fake bunts to see if we can keep him in that rut or if we're intending to bunt. Oh, pulls back again.
Like he might have tried to just go fastball that time, but again, still missed high and outside this time, where he's been missing low and outside.
Probably get a take sign, straight fake bunt sign right here, see if you can't draw another walk.
Third baseman full crash, pretty much closer to home plate than the pitcher at this point. Just takes a couple step back. And Newman is aboard on 4 straight.
All right.
Back-to-back walks. Mavs now have something cooking with runners on first and second.
Third baseman, number 22, London Lindsay.
And London Lindsay will come to the plate for the first time.
Courtesy runner Chris Ho in the ball game for pitcher Wyatt Newman.
Lindsay, another one of these seniors on the Mavericks team here, doing a lot for the team. Pitching a few complete games, or deep in the game. Plays third base, as he's doing this game. Had a couple of walk-offs in the first preseason tournament at the plate.
I'd make sure he throws a strike before we try to do anything here.
I agree.
Oh, and he went at it. Did he call that?
Actually, looks like he called that a ball.
Yeah, looked like he offered at it.
There was a little bit of like a flick right at the end there.
He pulled it back.
Okay, so we just had an appeal down to the field umpire who said he did not go around. So the count is 2-0 to the hitter Lindsay.
I would be straight fake bunt right here. That's what, 7 balls in a row? 6?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we should be taken.
Yeah, tries to come inside, misses. gratuitously there, almost runs into the batter, Lindsay. So another 3-0 count. Yet to see anything resembling a strike here across the first 3 batters this inning. Oh, a little bit of a gift on that one. That one looked a little bit high. Lindsay thought it was ball 4. I think about most of the rest of us watching this game would have agreed, but
yeah, you don't usually get rewarded with that pitch location after 7-8 strikes.
3-1 pitch, squares around a bunt, lays it down. Oh, it would have been ball 4, and it's foul ball down the first base side. Outside pitch would have been a good one to push bunt towards first base line, but that one was probably a little too far outside. Full count now to the hitter, Lindsay, and misses inside, ball 4. Bases loaded now on 3 successive walks, and that's going to bring up left fielder Brandon Morio.
New pattern here the first inning. The pitcher looked pretty under control of things, and he seems to have gotten out of that for a bit here. We need to not help that.
And we'll see what the Mavs dial up here. Bases loaded. Pitcher's going to go from the windup, and first pitch almost hits Morio in the shoulder. Morio caused a little chaos with a, I believe it was a bases loaded bunt situation yesterday. Bunted it right back to the pitcher. It wasn't a particularly great bunt, but caused enough confusion, kicked the ball around a little bit, and 2 runs scored, and he was safe. Looks like he's got the green light to swing away in this situation, as he swings and misses at that second pitch. 1-1 the count. Pitch comes inside, a little tight, maybe down low, below the kneecaps. Two-one pitch swung on, fouled back into the net.
Brandon Morio, another one of our players, does multiple things. He's out there and left after a pretty good extensive outing yesterday.
2-2 pitch. Misses outside and low. But we got bases loaded, nobody out, full count. And ball 4.
I expect a visit of some kind here any minute.
Yeah, you got to figure.
That's 4 straight walks.
Got to do something to break up the momentum here, or lack thereof. Yeah, after some remarkable control in the first inning, went 1-2-3. Second inning has been marked with 4 straight walks.
Number 5, right fielder Pierce Stone.
So same situation. Everybody moves up 1 run across for the Mavs now, makes the score 4-1. Right fielder Pierce Stone stands in with bases loaded and nobody out once again. Takes a big hack. Swings and misses first pitch, strike 1.
Still nobody out. Need a really crooked number. Snowman, maybe.
Oh, goes up. That was interesting. That might have been a curveball. First time seeing a curveball. There a lot of sliders have been thrown, but that one had a different shape.
He took some off of that, yeah.
Had a big sweep. Ended up seemingly out of the strike zone, but he got a called strike on it. So Stone behind now, 0-2. Goes back to that again. Stone does a good job holding back and fouling it off.
Looks like he maybe have found something there. A lot of times when pitchers aren't feeling it and they're out of the zone and having trouble figuring it out, they go into a secondary pitch, a new pitch, something to get your slot, maybe fix your slot, fix your grip, fix your the feel of the ball. He went to it twice in a row. Now he went back to the fastball and almost hit him.
Yeah, last couple of times he's been coming inside with that heater. It's, in this case, just missed the hands of the hitter Stone. He's almost hit probably the last 2 or 3 batters with that. See if he goes back to that looper. There he goes.
Yep.
Catcher stands up, though. Had a lot of sweep on it, but high.
Yep. I think you're right. I really think this is the first batter we've seen that pitch come out.
Stone working back now from 0-2 to 2-2. And goes fastball inside, or fastball outside, swung on a missed, strike 3. First out of the inning. It's going to bring up the first baseman, C.J. Gonzalez.
First baseman, number 23, C.J. Gonzalez.
Gonzalez with a couple of hits yesterday across 2 games. See if we can break something open here with 1 out and bases still loaded. Looks at first pitch. Going fastball outside corner this time, called strike.
Some activity in the Reagan bullpen, right-hander.
So I tried to go to the slider there, but didn't do its thing. Stayed up high.
Beckles in the mid-40s, 44 pitches in the second with 1 out. So it's getting up there.
Ground ball. That's going to get through the 5-6 hole for a base hit. 1 run's going to score. Lindsey trying to make his way around from second and scores as well. So a 2 RBI base hit for Gonzalez.
Nice piece, getting the job done.
Yeah, nice piece hitting there. Didn't try to do too much, just hit it right in that gap between shortstop and third base. Just enough to get it done.
For the Mavs, center fielder.
Brings in 2 RBIs.
Ramsey Simpson.
And that's going to trigger a visit to the mound. And that's going to be the end of the day for starting pitcher Beckel. Let's see, number 30, possibly Cody Pietrowski. Yeah, I believe this is Cody Pietrowski, the junior, coming in relief for the starting pitcher Beckel. We'll let Pietrowski get his warm-up pitches, and we'll be right back.
For the Raptors, number 30, Cody Pietrowski.
All right, Pietrowski, the relief pitcher, ready to go. He inherits runners on first and second and 1 out, and he's going to face the top of the Mavericks order. Leadoff hitter Ramsey Simpson comes to plate. Grounded out to short in his first at bat. Mavs chipping away here. Put up 3 runs. First pitch chopped high, right back to the pitcher. A couple steps off, throws over to first. And Simpson is retired. Both runners move up now to second and third.
Hot off the press, McNeil Mavericks JV Green with an 8-0 victory over the Pflugerville Panthers. Notable is pitcher Brandon Gonzalez threw a 4-inning no-hitter.
Great job.
That's really good to see.
No-hitter's difficult. Any situation, any day, any game, any team.
Don't care who you're facing. Also means you have to play pretty good defense.
So a 2-way brings up number 2 hitter Jack Goins. It's the first pitch called strike. Big swing and a miss at a breaking ball there by Pietrowski. Slurvy. Catcher setting up outside. Pitch in the dirt, bounce, but kept in front off the chest protector of the Rattlers catcher.
Quick block there. That was a fastball. Looked like to me. Not easy to center up a fastball on the chest protector. Usually they don't bounce as high as breaking balls and softer, secondary pitches. So it's kind of tough to do it.
It's back to it's like a slider type of breaking ball there. Misses pretty far outside. So Goins working back to 2-2 from 0-2. So we find some green grass somewhere here. Chop, little slow rolling ground ball. Second baseman picks it up, throws it over, catches Goins by just a step or two. And that will end the inning. Mavs come back though. Tack on 3 and a bunch of walks and some timely hitting by CJ Gonzalez. Trailing by 1 run now as we head to the top of the third. Score 4-3 in favor of the Rattlers. We'll be right back.
Pitcher change for the Mavericks. On the mound, number 29, Charlie
All right, got a pitching change for the Mavs here to start the third. Number 29, Charlie Shanks, the senior, has come in relief for the starting pitcher, Wyatt Newman. And he will face 6, 7, 8 hitters, leading off with the catcher, Caden Roy. Roy flew out to center field his first at bat. The first pitch in there, inside part of the plate, called strike one.
Ramsey Simpson is not going to get beat over his head right now.
Yeah,
his heels are touching the fence, it appears.
Shanks goes outside, misses a little out low. Yeah, outfield, both left field and center field shading pull side here, and can pretty much reach out and touch the fence.
You mentioned warning tracks earlier. I'm not sure I've ever seen a high school field with a warning track. Have you? Unless they're borrowing a field or playing on like a maybe a large city complex.
Might be that, yeah.
Not sure warning tracks warn you of anything.
Yeah.
When you're chasing a ball, I'm not sure you're concentrating on. I'm not sure you feel the different texture under your feet to know that you're about to crash into the wall.
Yeah, an extra tenth of a second of some crunch of the gravel doesn't necessarily afford you a whole lot.
Yeah.
As Roy lofts that next pitch into left field there for leadoff base hit. I think it's a good idea in theory, but to your point, if you're really going back on a ball with some intent and velocity, you're just not your senses are just not gonna pick it up.
Yeah.
If you're just kind of a lofty one, you're just kind of like, oh, maybe a step back, maybe a step back. Oh, there's the gravel. Okay.
Feel the crunch. Yeah. Maybe we need to ask some outfielders. Get a professional take on that.
It's like we're going to have a courtesy runner for the catcher, Caden Roy, on first base. Number 5. So Caleb Rogers, the sophomore for the Rattlers, is now your courtesy runner on first. Looks like Mavs expecting bunt. Third baseman Lindsay right up on the grass. Squares around, pulls back, pitches a called strike. Sounds like somebody might have missed a sign. Judging by the very firm and intent look of the third base coach over at his fresh courtesy runner at first.
Well, here's how I know.
Runner does go this time. Pitches high and inside. Throw's going to be offline. Still almost had a chance there, but it is a stolen base for the courtesy runner Rogers.
How I knew that hitter was instructed to not swing the bat was the coach was on the third base line staring at the runner at first, making sure he got the sign right. He was not worried one bit that he was going to catch a line drive hit at him. I'm
sure that first base runner could feel the eyes of the coach peering into his soul, making sure you got this right.
Not really sure why they bother painting the coach's box lines. I'm still waiting to see the first coach ever to stand in the coaching box.
Those are merely suggestions. Squares around a bunt. Pitch gets away from the catcher Kovar. And not sure if he got kind of confused as to where it went or thought he had it there, but it allows the runner Rogers now to advance 90 feet to third.
I don't know if he thought it just stayed under him or it snuck around behind the umpire. Didn't see it.
3-1 the count to the hitter Capuccio. And next pitch catches the outside part, called strike 2. Capuccio with a double and a run scored back in the second. His only at bat so far. And 3-2 pitch coming up. Breaking ball misses maybe just a bit high. Ball 4.
Now batting number 7, third baseman
This will be runners on first and third now with nobody out. Brings up third baseman Rylan Rangel. A lot of signs going on. Definitely bunt situation here, especially given the Rattlers' propensity for that so far this game. Squares around early. Runner goes from second, or from first, and they're not going to throw down. So the old fake bunt screen.
Not ruling out the bunt again here with runners at second and third, nobody out. A little safety squeeze potentially.
Rangel did already bunt back in the second. I suspect that's what's on in this situation. Oh. Looks at the 0-1. Breaking ball misses low and out. That being said, outfield shifted to the left, not playing nearly as deep as before. Shanks catches the outside part there with that fastball. Count 1-2. Breaking ball swung on, kicks off the glove of the pitcher Shanks and just kind of dribbles into the outfield, and just slow rolling enough and in no man's land enough that it's going to allow 2 runs to score. It's one of those deals there with pitchers. Your instinct is to go into defensive mode, but oftentimes it just kind of kicks off your glove and does something strange, as it did right there.
That bordered on looking like the middle infielders thought he caught it. Their reaction to it, or lack thereof.
We're on first now. Brings up Jeter. Battles the plate. Ball gets behind the catcher Kovar, and that allows Rangel to advance to second. Battles with a single and scored a run back in the second inning. Rattlers up now by a score of 6-3. Squares around a bunt, pulls back, pitch misses out and low. Two-0 pitch, squares around a bunt, pulls back. It's called ball 3.
Getting to that part of the tournament where most teams are, it's tough enough to stretch out your pitching, but having enough.
And next pitch misses, ball 4. Pitch gets away from the catcher. And Rangel moves up to third. Battles just hustles down to first and remains there. And we go back to the top of the order. Runners on first and third now. Nobody out. Leadoff hitter Ashton Beard coming up. 2 for 2, 2 singles and 2 runs scored.
Looked like Christopher Ho was down in the bullpen getting loose.
And Beard squares around a bunt. Runner goes from first. Fake throw down to second. They're going to throw down to third. It goes off the heel of the runner who was diving back into third, so he kicks into left field. He's going to score easily. And Battles moves up after stealing second. Is going to move to third as well. And the 1-0 pitch to Beard in there, called strike one. Mavs looking for their first out here this inning. Shanks continuing to work the outside part there to the left-hander Beard. It's called strike two.
Need something funky here. Line drive to third baseman, diving back, double play.
Next pitch, lofted foul, going to get out of play, probably into the into the Rattlers bullpen.
Currently empty.
One-two pitch, swung on, popped up, infield, third base side, shortstop Sandusky coming in on the grass, and he's going to make the grab. And that will be the Beard is retired for the first out of the inning.
For the Rattlers, right fielder number 12, Caden Crofts.
Brings up Caden Crofts, number 2 hitter, 1 for 2 with a single.
Infield's back except for Lennon Lindsay. We're going to play back and play for the out. Try to prevent more base running traffic.
Hitter Crofts does not show bunt this time. I believe Crofts has bunted in both of his at-bats. Was out the first time, but managed to bunt for a single the second time. Squares around a bunt again. Pulls back. Called strike.
For a team with this much small ball propensity, it's a pretty well balanced team. They've obviously shown us the power. They've hit a lot of balls to the wall, a lot of balls deep, but they're not afraid to ask 1 through 9 to show bunt.
Indeed. Next pitch misses inside low, ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. The count to the hitter Crofts, 1 out. And we've got the number 9 hitter Jeter Battles still on third base. And 2-1 pitch misses high, ball 3. Crofts thought that last pitch was ball 4. Umpire called it strike 2.
Filled up the count. Same pitch could work right here. Pound something in the ground to us. Stay fair.
A little slow rolling ground ball, but it's going to get just foul. Picked up by the first baseman Gonzalez a few steps past the first base bag.
That was one of those possibly hit. I guess if it was fair, it would have hit. It was hugging the ground. It would have hit that bag.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised it didn't. Yeah. You go into the land of unpredictable physics once it hits that bag.
Probably not hard enough to bounce up and over the first baseman's head. It probably would have just given him a nice little pop-up, catchable pop-up, possibly.
Could have been a nice unassisted out there, but another 3-2 pitch misses inside, ball 4. Make it first and third, runners still 1 out, and the first baseman Brennan Greer coming up for the 3rd time. Greer with a double back in the first inning and then reached on a fielder's choice. So one of those rules that I could see potentially coming down from the new major league changes, the bigger bases. Wonder if that'll make its way down to the high school level. Runner goes from first, throw down is not in time, gets into the outfield, and Battles scores from third on the throw.
Curious for you to finish that thought. the big bases.
Yeah, I don't know. It's one of those, if you look at amidst all the rules, I can't figure a lot of them will come down, but will the bigger bases, given that it was kind of cited as a safety issue, is that something that might make its way down to the high school level?
Right.
Probably not quite the same level of expenditure as it would be for everybody in the district to go buy a pitch clock, but nonetheless, you got to go buy new bases.
Yeah,
a couple sets of them.
Some equipment maker just made a bunch of money.
Indeed. And Greer lines that next pitch into center field for a base hit. Runner Crofts is going to come around to score.
Ball hit pretty hard right up the middle. Rattlers have 10 hits. I think last game they're working on a 30 hit day. They had a lot of hits in that last game. All mixed in with a bunch of small ball too.
And the number 4 hitter, designated hitter Andrew Ermis, now at the plate, looks at called strike 1. Ermis flew out to center and then had a double. Pops the next pitch up sky high, shortstop area there. Sandusky underneath it, makes the grab. And I think they forgot about the number of outs because it's actually only 2 outs. So Sandusky's just going to kind of trot his way over, flip it to the first baseman Gonzalez, and double up Greer, who didn't seem to know the number of outs. Long inning. Rattlers tack on 5 more, making the score 9-3 as we head to the bottom of the 3rd. Mavs coming up to bat. We'll be right back.
Something cold to drink, or snack one of our double dates pepperoni rolls. Well, supplies last. Leading off for McNeil this inning, the shortstop, number 7, Joseph Sandusky.
All right, shortstop Joseph Sandusky will lead off this inning, who ended that previous half inning there with a double play on the pop-up in the infield. Looks at first pitch, misses high for ball 1. Another high pitch, misses again, ball 2. Relief pitcher Piktrowski, who came in last inning in place of the starting pitcher Beckel. Trowski's still on the mound. Pitch swung on, hard ground ball, nice diving play by the third baseman. Gets up, fires over to first.
Wow. That was a good play.
Flashed some leather and a plus arm. That would be one for the Rattlers end of season highlight reel there for sure. One away brings up catcher Xander Kovar. Kovar walked in his only appearance and scored the first run for the Mavs on a string of 4 back-to-back walks back there in the second inning, which brought in the pitching change for the Rattlers. Big swing and a miss. Looks like we do have another right-hander. Some right-handed activity up in the Rattlers bullpen.
Just a little catch play getting loose.
Kovar looks at another fastball, misses high and outside. 2 balls, 1 strike to count. Another one misses high and inside this time.
Good count to try to get something going here. Base hit, ball 4.
And that pitch over his head. So Kovar successfully draws 2 walks in his 2 plate appearances today. And that will bring up the current pitcher of record for the Mavericks, Charlie Shanks, hitting in the number 5 spot, vacated by the starting pitcher Wyatt Newman. First at bat for Shanks here today. And first pitch finds his shoulder. So he will come in, take one for the team, and heads down with hit by pitch. Mavs once again got something cooking here, first and second.
Sometimes when you get hit by a pitcher a little bit disoriented, and Charlie Shanks actually turned to throw his bat toward the wrong dugout there.
Like sometimes quarterbacks take a sack and head off to the wrong sideline in the game.
Perfect analogy.
Christopher Ho comes in to help the perhaps slightly disoriented Charlie Shanks there as pitcher, as the courtesy runner on first. London Lindsay comes to the plate. Looks at a first pitch, misses just a little bit up. Let's see, Lindsay scored a run and reached on a walk back in his first at bat in the second. Next pitch misses a little bit outside and high. Oh, we also have at some point in there, Santiago de la Garza, number 8, snuck in as the courtesy runner for the catcher Xander Kovar. So de la Garza, the runner at second, and Ho, the runner at first.
Santiago with the unmistakable red cleats. I tend to know when he's on the field based on the shoes.
Yeah, it does stick out a little bit. Doesn't quite fit the probably official Mavs color palette. No red in that color palette, but
I'm alright with it.
Signature.
I can see him from a mile away.
Count goes to 3 balls and 1 strike on the hitter Lindsay.
Speaking of cleats, the second baseman for Reagan has some lime, really kind of fluorescent lime green cleats on.
Yeah, can't miss those either for sure.
And they match his bat. I don't know if you noticed that.
Yeah, they did. They're right.
Yeah.
And the hitter London Lindsay takes a walk.
After a leadoff out, we got some things cooking here. Bases loaded, 1 out.
And that brings up Brandon Morio, who is hitting for the second time today in a bases loaded situation. Morio with a walk that previous time there, which forced in the first Mavs run. And we'll see if we can get something cooking here. It's a big hack the first pitch, fouls it back to the net. Misses high and inside, second pitch. 1-1 count. So after a relatively smooth entrance in relief back in the last inning, Pietrowski now working with a good amount of traffic on the bases. And goes that slider, misses, gets away from the catcher outside, but not enough for anyone to move.
Good work back there. He might get a good pitch to hit right here. Six-run lead. He's not going to want to walk anybody.
Goes outside, gets the call on the outside part.
It's a pitcher's pitch. It's hard to pull the trigger on that when you're somewhat ahead of the count. Or a good count situation. You don't want to pound that one into the ground, kind of down and away.
2-2 pitch coming up. Misses outside. So we're going to have a full count. 1 out, bases loaded situation coming up here. Three-two swung on, popped, foul territory, first base side. First baseman coming over, but it's going to get out of play.
Good job staying alive. Pinch hitter working his way in the on-deck circle.
The 3-2 coming up. Goes up high with the fastball, swung on and missed, strike 3.
Just above the top of the zone.
Well, 2 away, brings up, looks like we're going to have a pinch hitter. Number 20, Noah Vasquez, comes in into the 8th spot and will hit for the right fielder, Pierce Stone.
Now batting number 20, Noah Vasquez.
Rattlers infield will relax a little bit now. With 2 outs, force anywhere. And we'll see if Vasquez can find a way to hit a ball that finds the outfield green somewhere. First pitch swung on, bounding ball, kind of shortstop, comes over towards the middle though and flips it over to the second baseman to get the force and end the inning. So Mavs threaten, but leave the bases loaded. Still down by a score of 9-3 as we head to the top of the 4th inning. We'll be right back. All right, got another new pitcher for the Mavericks here. Number 17, Christopher Ho, comes in relief for the previous reliever, Charlie Shanks. So Ho, your new pitcher of record. He will face 5, 6, 7 in the order, leadoff hitter, the second baseman, Aiden Coleman.
Chris Ho's first appearance of the season, battling a little bit of an injury that he appears to be back from.
And second pitch swung on, sky-high pop fly, just on the outfield grass behind shortstop, and Sandusky makes the grab for the first out.
A lot of high pop-ups.
Brings up the catcher, number 15, Caden Roy.
One pitch, one out. Better than any other kind of out. Better than a strikeout. Better than whatever else can happen.
Roy with a single and a fly out in his 2 appearances today. Also scored a run. He looks at a called strike 1. Next pitch, breaking ball, fouled out of play.
Over there where we have our tarps laid out, we've been using tarps this whole week with the rain Thursday over the mound and home plate, which is why we ended up, I didn't know this, but we showed up at Westwood and their field is gorgeous.
Ground ball to shortstop, Sandusky throws a little bit offline, pulls Gonzalez off the bag, so Ermis is going to be safe. Or sorry, Roy is going to be safe. And it's going to bring up center fielder Caleb Capuccio.
Center fielder, number 14, Caleb Capuccio.
And we're going to get a courtesy runner, number 5, Caleb Rogers. The sophomore comes in again and is going to courtesy run in place of the catcher Caden Roy at first. And pitcher Ho opens up. Series to Capuccio. Breaking ball catches the outside part for called strike. Comes inside with the heater, that time misses a little bit high. Third baseman Lindsay kind of hovering on the grass area, anticipating bunt. And next pitch comes in a little too tight. Catches Capuccio in the shoulder, so he will head down to first with a hit by pitch. Runners on first and second now with 1 out, and brings up the number 7 hitter Ryland Rangel. Third baseman 1 for 2 today with a single and scored a run.
Third baseman, number 7, Ryland.
As I was saying earlier, I didn't finish my thought, I don't think, but the Westwood's field was looking really good yesterday after all that rain, and realized that they actually have the full service tarp that covered the whole thing and it served its purpose.
Yeah, all natural. I thought it was turf over there, but it's actually not. It was all natural.
Well, they have the home plate and the mound turf.
That's right, that's
Circles.
right. Those 2 areas, yeah, but the rest of the field.
Yeah, the rest of the field was dirt and it was in good shape.
A 2-0 count to the hitter Rangel. Next pitch misses a little bit low in the dirt, so it'll go 3-0. Comes back in, catches the outside part, called strike. Score 9-3 in favor of the Rattlers at the moment. 10 hits to just 1 hit. 1 official hit for the Mavericks so far this game. And next pitch is swung on. It's going to be lined down into left field. Runner's going to come in from second and score. And it's an RBI 1-out single for Rangel.
Well hit ball.
For the Rattlers, left fielder, number 2, Jeter Battles.
Makes the score 10-3. Runners on first and second still, and number 9 hitter Jeter Battles comes to the plate. Battles with a walk and a single, scored 2 runs. Squares around a bump, pulls back.
They're going to keep bunting, it looks like. Still somewhat early, 4th inning, 7-run lead. They're going to keep working on what they want to work on.
Now he pulls back like bunts off.
Interesting there, he slid to the front of the box. It looked like he was, normally you do that if you're going to bunt. You're bunting from the very front of the box. Is the best place to bunt from, but he did not square around.
Ground ball, fielded by Sandusky at short, flips to Goins at second, gets the force out, but throw is going to be offline at first. So Battles will be safe on the fielder's choice. Rangel forced out at second for the second out of the inning.
Now back for Reagan, shortstop, number 11, Ashton Beard.
Capuccio moves up from second to third, so runners on first and third with 2 outs. And we're back to the top of the Rattlers order. Shortstop Ashton Beard comes to the plate. 2 for 3, 2 singles, 2 runs scored. Runner goes from first. Pitch is low in the dirt. Goforth kind of does a hard throw back to the pitcher.
Design play. Most teams have that play. I don't know if I've ever seen it work, but it's got to be in the repertoire. You said that word a lot better than I can. I don't pronounce that word well.
It's a tough one. It's got that
French.
the French part at the second half there, yeah. Repertoire.
Yeah, see, I can't do that.
Like W-A-A-H. 1-1 to count to Beard. Ground ball hit right up the middle and into center field. That's going to find outfield grass for another base hit. 2 runs going to score on the play. So a 2 RBI, 2-out single for Beard.
We're getting close to run rule territory. We got to prevent that. We could use the extra at bats as long as we have the pitching to extend.
Brings up the number 2 hitter, Caden Crofts. Squares around a bunt, I believe, for the 4th time today.
And they are going to keep working on it.
Yeah, 2 leadoff hitters, Beard and now Crofts, both left-handed. You have that other kind of added accessory there in the bunting game, which is the kind of drag style. So if you got some good athletic hitters up at the top of the order there, with some good speed, you got the option to actually bunt for a single, which actually happened with Crofts back in the second when he laid it down.
Yep.
Runner goes from first, pitch is swung on, good hit and run, line drive into right field for a base hit. And with Beard in motion on the play, he makes his way all the way to third. Crofts stays at first, and we got runners on first and third again, 2 outs.
They keep putting pressure on you. Balls in play, base running, bunts, a little bit of everything.
It looks like we're going to have a pinch hitter Or maybe not.
Number 20.
Yes, we do. Number 20, Brandon Ermis, is going to come in and hit in place of number 28, Brendan Greer.
How about at number 20, Brandon Ermis?
So, Brandon Ermis, presumably the brother of some sorts with the next hitter, Andrew Ermis, standing on deck.
And both seniors, so twins.
Oh, maybe.
Set of twins on the McNeil Mavericks and the Reagan Rattlers. No word yet on if they're identical.
Look pretty close, but I'm going to go with no. And Ermis drives that 1-1 pitch foul.
I mean, you got an eye for this kind of thing. You're going with no from 100 feet away. With helmets on?
I mean, just look at the frames; are slightly different, although both right-handed hitters, so there's certainly a possibility there.
Well, with our twins, that doesn't work.
That is true. Next pitch in the dirt, kept in front though by the catcher Kovar. No one advances on the base paths. Two balls, two strikes the count to the pinch hitter Ermis, 2 outs. Runner goes from first. Pitches outside, not going to have an opportunity to throw down. So runners on second and third now. Full count to the hitter Ermis. Takes a big hack at that inside fastball there and just drops it foul. Bounced off of either or both of the catcher, the hitter himself, possibly the umpire.
3 Ps.
A little ping pong action going on there. Pinball. Another 3-2 pitch coming up.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Breaking ball misses just a bit outside. Ball 4. 2-out walk, loads the bases, and brings us to the other Ermis, Andrew Ermis. Ermis with a double in between 2 flyouts. Goes back to that breaking ball, misses, guess maybe just a little bit higher, outside or both.
Yeah.
Comes inside, gets the call. Fastball.
Good time to widen it and make the hitter swing it.
One misses outside and low, ball 2.
Come on, Chris, you got it.
Next pitch swung on, lined into center field. Simpson going back, and he makes the grab to get out of the inning. So Rattlers send all 9 to the plate that inning, tack on 3 more runs. Mavs chasing a 9-run deficit here as we head to the bottom of the 4th, down by a score of 12-3. We'll be right back.
off this inning for your Mavs, first baseman number 23, CJ Gonzalez.
All right, CJ Gonzalez will lead it off here in the bottom of the fourth, then back to the top of the order for the Mavs. Trying to take it one at bat at a time, one pitch at a time here, start chipping away. Gonzalez with a 2 RBI single in his only at bat this game.
We have 6 outs to play with at a minimum.
Was up top, big hack, swing on a missed. Fastball catches outside part low there. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count to Gonzalez. Goes to the breaking ball, swung on, fouled out of play. Goes up top of the fastball there. Gonzalez catches a piece, fouls it back. Another 1-2. Fouls it off again.
Seen a lot of pitches.
Yeah, number 7 of the at-bat coming up here. Fouls another one off. Got another right-hander getting loose in the Rattlers bullpen. One, 2 misses outside. Rattlers thought they got strike 3 there. Umpire said it missed.
Another foul ball.
2-2 swung on, just taps it foul. Out of pitch number 10.
You got it, CJ?
Battle of wills.
Advantage hitter normally in situations like this.
Goes up top with the breaking ball, swung on and missed, strike 3.
For the Mavs, center fielder number 3, Ramsey Simpson.
Just the second strikeout for Pikchowski. Brings us back to the top of the Mavs order. Ramsey Simpson.
Still just 1 hit on the day for the Mavs. Take advantage of these last couple innings of at-bats and see if we can build some momentum working into the week in the upcoming Tuesday district game. Every at-bat matters.
Next pitch swung on, lofted, shallow, kind of right field. Looks like second baseman lost it in the sun, so it's going to get down.
There we go.
And clearly we need to be more vocally decrying our lack of hits.
Yeah, right?
In order to incur them.
For the Mavs, number 1, second baseman,
Yeah.
Jack Bowen.
And we only have 2 hits, so it'd be nice to get some momentum in these last few minutes and add to the hit total. Let's see if it works.
Rewind and replay everything you just said.
Just add a hit to the total.
So Simpson aboard with a 1-out single, brings up second baseman Jack Goins. First pitch to him, misses low in the dirt. Next pitch is swung on and fouled out of play. Tries going to that slider again, misses out and low.
Go station to station at first. Don't expect any movement over there.
Going swings and misses at a high fastball there, strike 2. And goes outside and low with that fastball there, swung on and missed, strike 3. So 2 away brings up the shortstop, Joseph Sandusky. Starts him off with a first pitch that misses high and outside. Next one goes low and outside. 2-0 hitters count for Sandusky. We're on first. Simpson not looking to do anything too crazy here, down by 9. This pitch comes in closer to the plate, but misses maybe just a hair high.
3-0 count, good time to take the 3-0 count, see if you can't just add to the base traffic. That looks like what it was. He had to take on, and now he gets still good hitters count.
And next pitch misses outside of the dirt, ball 4. 2-out walk to Sandusky. And Mavs with another runners on first and second situation.
Catcher Xander Kovar.
Brings up catcher Xander Kovar. Kovar's reached both at bats today, both by virtue of a walk. So first pitch called strike on the outside part.
Like a slider there, sailed away from ball 1.
Slider not quite as teethy.
Sliderish.
Slidery.
Teethy. That's good.
Next pitch swung on, high fly ball in the right center gap, but right fielder's going to come over and makes the grab on the run, and that's going to end the inning. Mavs get 2 aboard, but leave them both stranded. Heading to the top of the 5th inning, or is that the end of the game? Nope, we're going to go one more.
Yep.
Saw some Rattlers lining up there like it might be the end, but
Greeting their fielders as they come off the field, it looks like.
so we head to the top of the 5th inning. Mavs still down by a score of 12-3. We'll be right back. All right, a couple more defensive changes here to start off the fifth. Santiago de la Garza now in right field replaces Brandon Morio, the starter out there. Oh, we have another defensive change that just entered as we were speaking. Number 12, Peyton Malone, now your right fielder. Nathaniel Schrader has just entered the game at first base in place of C.J. Gonzalez, and behind the plate, number 18, Justin Sandusky, now your catcher. And looks like we're going to have a pinch hitter as well. Number 18, Jet Thompson, comes in the 5-hole in place of the second baseman, Aiden Coleman. Jet Thompson. And Thompson now standing in with a 1-1 count. Looks like a called strike 2.
Good pitch blown away there. Looks like our outfield's not quite as deep as they were earlier in the game, but we're still out there a good ways.
One-two pitch misses outside in the dirt. Count goes to 2-2. Ground ball, fielded by the third baseman, Lindsay. Deep throw all the way over in time.
Good long throw. He's about on the pretty close to the foul line over there behind the bag. It's about a 135-foot throw.
Thompson retired on the ground out there, brings up the catcher, Caden Roy. Roy with a single, safe on an error, and flew out to center field in his 3 at-bats. Got a first pitch. Misses a little bit outside. Another one misses outside low. Keeps going back to that same spot. Catches the outside part there.
Location.
Goes breaking ball that time, just misses. 3 balls, 1 strike to count to the catcher, Roy.
That's it. Fill the count up. Good little get me over breaking ball, it looked like to me.
Yeah, insistent on working that outside part too. See if we switch it up here. Ground ball. Fielded by shortstop Sandusky, throws over in time. Good strong throw, catches the runner by just maybe a step or 2.
Chris Ho settled in, throwing a lot of strikes, getting the ball in play.
2 away, brings up center fielder Caleb Capuccio. Capuccio reached all 3 times, double, walk, hit by pitch, and scored all 3 runs. And he's going to be aboard the 4th time with a 2-out single straight away into center field.
That looked like a swing from someone who's seen the ball really well on that first pitch breaking ball.
2-out single brings up number 8 hitter Ryland Rangel. And Rangel 2 for 3, 2 singles.
Just missed.
Yeah, First pitch breaking ball. Ho trying to figure out where that missed. Runner goes. Pitch is high. Throw down. Not in time. So a stolen base for Cappuccio. Runner on second now. 2 outs. 2-0 pitch coming up. Far outside, gets away from the catcher Sandusky. That's going to allow Cappuccio to advance 90 to third.
14 hits on the day for the Rattlers. They brought the sticks.
.30 pitch misses outside, ball 4. 2-out walk for Rangel. And with runners on first and third, is going to bring up left fielder Jeter Battles. Battles also reached all 3 at bats today. Single, walk, safe on a fielder's choice. Scored all 3 times.
And they're going to run again.
Line drive right at the shortstop, Joseph Sandusky, though, and that will end the inning. So, some foot traffic on the bases. No additional runs come across, though. Mavs still chasing 9 runs as we head to the bottom of the 5th, now by a score of 12-3. We'll be right back. All right, another new pitcher for the Rattlers here. Sophomore number 16, Caleb Kreider, now on the mound. And he's going to face Christopher Ho, current pitcher for the Mavs, in his first at-bat this game. First pitch fastball in there, called strike 1. Next pitch misses a little bit outside. Next pitch swung on, line
Yes.
just over the glove of the shortstop and into left field for a leadoff single.
Good for him. Good hard turn.
Mavs-
Dugouts love it.
Mavs dugout loves it.
First bat of the season, right?
I think it is, yeah.
1 for 1.
Mavs number 22, London Lindsay.
Leadoff single for Ho. Brings up third baseman London Lindsay. Lindsay with 2 walks on the day. So the first pitch called strike. Lays off that breaking ball that misses out low. It's a piece. The next one fouls it back over the press box here.
We're going to be out here a long time anyway, right? It's a long game.
Yes,
We might as
indeed.
well make it longer. Headed for his neck, and he got out of the way. The customary wear it call from the dugout.
You want to reset the visitor pitch count to 7? Oh, my bad. 8 now. Two balls, 2 strikes to count now to hitter Lindsay. And next pitch almost hits him in the head. It looks like they. Is that ball 4? Guess that was ball 4.
For the Mavs,
3 walks
12,
on the day for Lindsay.
Malone.
Makes it runners on first and second now, nobody out. Peyton Malone, right fielder who entered the game last inning, now stands in at the plate. Swung on, little ground ball to the pitcher, throws it to second base,
Nobody there.
and there was some confusion between second and short as to who was kind of covering with the pitcher there, and so it's safe all around.
Anyone who has a Duran Duran walk-up song deserves a break like that, and Peyton Malone's on first base.
Now batting for the Mavs, number 8, Santiago.
So bases loaded, nobody out, and the hot-hitting Santiago de la Garza stands in. As mentioned earlier, De La Garza doing some damage so far, 4 for 5 yesterday across 2 games. It's a fastball misses high and inside for a ball. Goes outside, misses with that fastball.
Bases loaded when you're down big. The one thing you can't do is get doubled off, so be super careful on line drives. That's a cardinal sin, getting doubled off on a line drive with a deficit.
3 straight out of the zone to De La Garza.
Got something cooking.
Looking at, to your last point, they're looking at runner on second Lindsay there, getting a very liberal and egregious,
Healthy.
especially with the secondary,
Yes.
as De La Garza looks at a get me over called strike.
Yep. You're going to go station to station. That secondary, you can, there we go, ball 4.
So that walk brings in a run. Everybody moves up 1.
For the Mavs, number 25,
And
Daniel Schrader.
Nathaniel Schrader, who entered the game last inning at the first base position, is going to come in now and hit for CJ Gonzalez. So the first pitch fastball catches the outside part for called strike. De La Garza making sure he's got a good lace up on them red shoes there at first. Getting ready to do damage. Ooh, comes inside. Big haymaker swing by Schrader there.
He had plans.
He's trying to hit an 8-run home run with that one.
Come on, Bob. Attack.
He could do it too. Big fella. He barrels that one up. Might be over on the in the water tower area there out in left field.
The longer the game gets, the more your Lancaster County, Pennsylvania accent comes out.
Oh, looks at a big sweeping breaking ball for called strike 3.
And I think that I have this right. That there's a lot of Lancasters all over the country, the town names, but
There actually are, yes.
But you all in Lancaster County, isn't it pronounced Lancaster out there? Or no? Did I make that up?
No,
Or is that a town?
it's just Lancaster. But Ewins, you get some Ewins there.
Ewins.
though.
Yeah. That ball. Oh, wow.
And back to the top of the order, Ramsey Simpson fouls that first pitch off. It was about 3 Rattlers defenders trying to get it over here towards their dugout, but unable to come up with it.
Just to the left side of the screen, the view on the screen, and it was just the only place on the grass in that foul territory where it wasn't going to be caught. People everywhere.
Yeah, you get a couple variants of that Pennsylvania version of y'all down here. We don't say y'all.
It's yins.
It's either Ewins or on the Pittsburgh side you get Yins.
Yeah.
Big swing and a miss by Simpson there on that next pitch, strike 2.
Whatever it is, it's distinct.
Next pitch swung on, good, well hit fly ball. Center fielder going back, makes the catch on his back foot. Deep enough to score a run from third, so it'll be a sacrifice fly for Simpson.
For the Mavs, second baseman, number 1, Jack Goins.
Sac fly there, makes it 2 outs, but changes the score to 12-5. Malone moves up to third. De La Garza has remained at first on that. So you got runners on first and third now, 2 outs, and the number 2 hitter, Jack Owens, standing in. First pitch down in the dirt. Back to that kind of sweepy slider there. This is a little bit low, though.
Hit count up to 3, if that's right.
Well, I'm actually showing 4 total hits here, based on my highly scientific scoring method. And De La Garza goes from first, and they're not even going to challenge him. He's going to take a hard 90 down there, uncontested.
Early jump there. Get on second, force him to throw it across the diamond on a ground ball.
3-1 the count to the hitter Goins. Swings and just taps a piece of the top of that ball. Bring the count to full. With 2 outs, Malone, your runner on third, and De La Garza now standing on second base.
JV Blue won today, 11-2. Big win.
There we go. Freshman team getting it done. Three-two pitch. Swung on, ground ball. Fielded by the shortstop, takes his time, throws over to first in time, and that's going to end the inning. Mavs tack on a couple, chipping away here with 2 runs in the bottom of the 5th. We're going to go one more? No, we're not. Looks like that's going to be the end of the game. That is indeed it. Teams are lining up. So, final score, 12-5. This one goes the way of the Rattlers. And that will conclude the games here for the second preseason tournament. Thanks everyone for joining us. Next game, actually, Mavs start first district play. We'll be back on this coming Tuesday at 7 p.m. Mavs take on Cedar Ridge for their first district game this 2023 season. Thanks again for joining us, folks. Tune in on Tuesday.
See you then.
Good night.